So, all right, guys, now it's time for the final uh, getting to install the Blender add-on for behavior graph. So, now this Blender add-on that we need for behavior graph nodes is available at github.com Mozilla Reality Blender GLTF behavior graph. Now, before this, I want to tell you a short introduction to how and where to test the behavior graphs. So for this, we have a we have a web page testing.dev.myhubs.net. This is in beta, so it's open. Uh, most of the things are very stable, and in fact, everything is very stable. There are few enhancements that are going on and few things which are being developed. So here you can sign in with whatever email you want. So I will be signing up here with my email once more, and that has to be really quick. So all right guys, we have finally signed into this. Now we can close the instance that was for this room and we will create a new instance, and let's name it as BG, which stands for behavior graph, and the URL will be testing.dev.myhubs.net. Okay, so finally we got this, and we'll create a instance. And this time, since it will be very frequent, I will be copying this URL. Okay, and we'll be going back to Blender and also creating a new room. Okay. So it's good that just clicking on plus, this room got added, and anytime I click on open, this particular room will only open. So while the scene is loading, it will load with a default scene, and in this particular server, the scene size is around 50 MB, so you will have to wait for that particular time. Uh, so this same things will work, but this time we need behavior graph. Okay. So for behavior graph, we'll switch back to this. We'll download the code as zip because this time here there are no releases. Okay. We'll download as zip. So we have this downloaded. Now, if you want to install it, this time it will be you can go to add-ons and go to install and Blender GLTF, the add-on that you have downloaded. So you see that you have this node behavior graph editor. It gets enabled simply, and after it is enabled, you can switch to any mode. Like let's say you can switch to the shading mode or any other mode, and you can change one of the view to behavior graph. Okay, or let us go to this mode itself, and So, okay, for example, this one, I can click here and I can change the view to behavior graph. So now you can see there is this option of scene and object, which means that I can have a behavior graph in the entire scene, or I can attach it to individual objects by clicking this new button. So if I see this in drop down, there are no behavior graphs right now in the scene. Okay. So all right. So we got this uh here. All right. So okay, we got our basic scene to start with, and so this scene will change to 3D viewport. 3D viewport, and from this option we have the hubs connection status is connected, and connected to which instance? The testing instance. Okay, click on update scene, and seems like the scene got updated. So as you can see, this scene is updated here. Okay, we'll switch back, and now we'll be adding interactivity. So since our video was only about installing behavior graphs, we are done. And in the next video, we'll be adding a click interaction. So for example, if this is a node where we want to add a on interact, like on click, we want to do something. For example, you can do anything. For example, simple thing would be always to show a notification message that the cube was clicked. So for example, this was my message and I've added it to scene, but I will have to select my target because it was for the scene. So my target is this cube. Okay, you select it from here or from the. All right. So now I click on update scene, and this time this time my cursor turns to blue as soon as I hover on the cube. And when I click on it, notice the left side here. Okay, so script says the cube was clicked. Okay, so as long as you are able to click it, the notification will show up for you. So all right guys, this was up for the video, and uh, there is also a second part to this video where I will be okay, so the video is continuing forward, and in the continued video I'm explaining you how you can install behavior graph the other way, just like we did with the Blender add-on. Okay, so I remove it, click on refresh, and now I will go to file path, and I will have to download the zip again. Okay, because yes, so I have downloaded the zip again, and in my finder where I have my hubs folder that I created, I will bring my zip file in here, which is Blender GLTF behavior graph, and extract it. So this is extracted finally. So now this you will have to understand, this is very different from the Blender exporter. The Blender exporter, we just located this particular folder, but in this case it won't work like this. First of all, you can rename it to whatever you want. The best way will be to uh, like keep it uh, name it as you like it. Best would be to name it in this way, and having underscores is good. but yeah, not necessary. Now we need to create a new folder, and this new folder name should be add-ons. Okay, in this particular format itself. Okay, move this folder inside add-ons. Okay, and now you will have to not point the add-ons folder in your scripts directory. Like, just notice the difference. Here we pointed this particular folder as the final endpoint. Like, this was our final target. But in this case, this Blender GLTF behavior graph would be covered up by the add-ons folder and will be covered up by the hubs folder. So that actually means that you will have to add the hubs folder only. So I switch to all projects and add hubs. Okay, so you see this, it's that easy for this one. But not easy, it's actually complicated. If you do the other way around, you won't be able to see it. So now you see this undefined socket and all these things are showing up. But if you search here for node, okay, you need to click on refresh. Yeah, so node behavior graph editor, click on check, and okay. So this should be the name, blender underscore GLTF underscore behavior graph. So we'll have to name the folder particularly in this format only. So uh, while I said that you can name it according to you, but it's not. So you will have to name it exactly to what it's showing up. Blender underscore GLTF behavior graph. Since I've already named it, I just need to restart Blender. Since you remember that I told you that for the scripts and stuff, in most cases, restarting works like a charm. So let's do the charm, and we'll open our untitled blend file again and go back to node behavior graph editor. So we finally got it working. Okay. And uh, you see the path here. You will be able to see that it's the hubs slash add-ons blender underscore GLTF behavior graph. So the naming format is very important. You will have to only use underscores. That is why I renamed it. Okay, not something that I wanted to do for magic. So, all right, this was the second way to install it. In the next video, we will be uh, in the next video we will be playing a audio on click of the cube. Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you for watching and see you up in the next video.